It appears I made a mistake. I forgot to film my crock pot meat. Anyway, it's the same crock pot meat that I filmed yesterday. Little Daisy pumped about it. She always has her tongue out, not sure why. See that? And then I blended up my favorite shake. You can see how frothy she is. This has heavy cream, milk. It has some chocolate, slingshot protein, 1 scoop of that, and 1 scoop of Primal Kitchen collagen protein. That's like a vanilla, I think. I also threw in some MCT oil powder in this massive shake of destruction. It's pretty crazy. I know I said a few days ago that I'm trying to be like super strict carnivore. And maybe this doesn't represent super strict, but I've been just going by the way I look. I've been going by the scale. We had 236 this morning. The weight is really good. And so it appears at the moment I still have some room for some milk and some cream and stuff. Maybe I'll chop it down as we get towards the end. But I'm trying to stay big. I'm trying to stay strong. I'm trying to keep some size on. But I'm trying to get leaner. And yesterday, when I squatted, my belt was on the absolute last loop. And that's kind of the first time that has happened in a while. So I feel like the waist is going down a little bit and tightening up. Everything's heading in the right direction. I'm eating about twice a day, anywhere between 2 to 3 times a day. I think yesterday, yesterday might have been like more like 4 times because of the 5 guys that I had. But usually about 2 or 3 times a day, once in the morning and once later on. I'm really not getting hungry, and I'm not ending up with cravings. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep all that at bay, you know, while still getting in good shape. And thus far, it's been working good. I just ate probably about 6 or 8 ounces of meat right here. Wasn't really that hungry. Had a good meal last night. Some New York strip and shrimp. And I think because I ate that at like 6 or 7, I woke up this morning not ferociously hungry, but I've been trying to eat breakfast anyway, so that way later on I'm not too hungry. But what I notice is it stimulates hunger, and I get a little bit hungry kind of like midday. But I've been trying to eat food just anytime I'm hungry, and that's kind of how it's been working out. It's been working out to be like 2 or 3 times a day. Got some work to do, got some meetings and stuff today. Got a meeting at 9 o'clock, and that'll kind of kick off the rest of the day. Gonna go to a super training gym, hopefully get in some exercising, and that'll be that for day number 72. Talked yesterday on the podcast with Evan Carmichael. He explained that it takes, he said, damn the Doritos. So he has Doritos right next to him while he's doing videos and podcasts and stuff. One of my favorite things is chocolate. So we have it sitting out, the crumbs, from my wifey and from my kids, eating some of it. I just have it sitting there, and I'm building up that will. You know, damn the chocolate. It's not gonna be stronger than me. So by having it sitting there, I mean, just envision this. Envision if you had like some sort of pie, your favorite pie, in the fridge, or cheesecake or something in the fridge, and you had to reach over it, around it, and past it to get to your meat. Think about that. And would you still cook up that meat, or would you be nibbling on that cheesecake, you know? And would it make you stronger, like from a psychological standpoint, from a like willpower standpoint? Will your willpower be stronger that way? Or is it stronger just not buying it? So a little bit of a test. Just gonna see how it goes for a little bit. And I've had food in the house that I shouldn't eat many times before and been plenty successful with it. So I don't see it as a problem. You know, I have kids and they eat different foods than I do. My wife eats different foods than I do. But they all eat, they eat well. I wouldn't even really say, like my wife eats very, very good. My children, you know, in comparison, I would say they don't really eat good. but in comparison to other children, I would say they do very, very well. And I don't have any concern. I got some concern with my son actually driving and having his license and being able to go wherever he wants, whenever he wants. I have a little bit of concern about that freedom and where that might pose a threat, because now he can cruise off to McDonald's or whatever he wants, whenever he wants. So that may be an issue. Speaking of my son, I think he left his backpack in here. Shit. I just noticed that. He already went off to school. Anyway, see what the rest of the day brings us. 10-minute walks. On that 10-minute walk, hit them up every day. If you miss a day, get back on track. Try to get a couple of them in every single day. You know, see how many days you can string together, how many days in a row you can string together. I gotta admit, for myself, so I did two days in a row of good sleep. Felt like good sleep. I didn't track it. Tracked my sleep last night, but I haven't even checked it. But it was really bad. Had a hard time getting to sleep. Was up kind of late, woke up, and was very fatigued this morning. So I made it 2 days in a row. Got to kind of start over and try again. I mean, it's just a 30-day challenge, so I'm just going to do it for 30 days and see if I have some good improvements by trying to sleep longer. How to kind of free up some stuff in your knee. Unfortunately, when your knee hurts, really not too much you can do. You can stay right there. There's really not too much you can do, like for the actual, well, you can do stuff for the kneecap, but like, there's always just like shit in there. It just hurts. I have like jumper's knee. I've had it forever. I used to love to play basketball, and I had to stop because I'd get that kind of jumper's knee pain all the time. Just some tendonitis in the knee. But because you can't do much for the actual knee, you got to try to free up space in some other areas. And people's shins are super tight, especially the right foot. That's the foot that we drive with. That sucker is going to be like just ungodly tight, and you're going to beg for mercy and not understand why it hurts so bad. So I'm going to go like this, get down here on this Jason Khalipa Go mat over here. I'm going to put the ball there, and I'm just going to dictate how much weight I'm going to put on this thing myself. You might want to do it with your shoe off, because then you can move your foot around and we can get kind of more out of it. So I'm gonna go here like this and see how I'm like really concerned about how much I'm bracing my body around it. That already is giving me some heart disease. So you can see my toes are jammed into the ground, so I'm flexed this way. It actually makes the shin tighter because the shin's still in like flexion. I'm gonna cry on camera. So now I'm gonna start to straighten my foot out. And now I'm gonna try to just kind of rub. You're gonna be like, why in the F does it hurt so bad? You can do this on a box, might be a little easier because then you're not on the ground like digging all your body weight into it. But for some of you bigger guys, you might need a lot of your body weight on there. And now I'm gonna go right down the shin bone. Gotta be committed to it. Here we go. Been working all day, just like many of you. Been out there hustling on that grind, baby. heading to Mikuni to grab some sushi, meeting my son here. Excited, should be a lot of fun. But, you know, ate my breakfast this morning, which was just some crack pat meat, and had some coffee with some milk in it and some heavy cream. And that's been it, man. We've been just riding dirty the rest of the day. It's 6:30. So this will be the first, well, not the first meal. How fat is that for me to consider the second meal, the first meal? But yeah, it's been hours, you know, since I ate. I think I ate at like 7, and it's now 6:30. So however long that is, 12 hours or 10 hours or whatever that is. Anyway, gonna go eat now. It's gonna be yummy, gonna be delicious. And then when I go home, I'll eat some more steak because I got more steak to cook up. So that'll be great to kind of get to that. But some days that's the way, you know, this shit goes for me. I really, you know, kind of around noon, I was like, wow, I'm hungry. And I actually, you know, those of you that are trying to kill off your hunger, you can kill it off by training. I went and I trained. And man, that knocked my hunger back many, many hours. I didn't eat. And now here we are way later. So the way that you fast, you know, the way that you do your intermittent fasting, it doesn't really matter. It just really can be super helpful in terms of partitioning off calories. So that's the way I like to look at it. Here we go, gonna eat some sushi. All right, I got my sashimi, chitoro, 2 different kinds of salmon. Got some steak and eggs. Wifey cooked it up for me. Sometimes sushi's not enough, so I got a New York strip and a little omelet. And I'm gonna eat up some milk. She's serving everything up. Got some raw milk. She thinks it's disgusting. She thinks I should have Pellegrino. We're not in agreement. We're gonna get a divorce. But there it is.